What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we've got to talk about some big-time upgrades in the store for Season 3 of College Football 25 Ultimate Team. What are they? How you guys can attack each and every one of these things. Now, we did know that this was kind of coming in the game, and I kind of made a video recently talking about these Season 3 trophy cards and exactly how you guys should approach them. Now, again, these cards are new today in the game, and so hopefully you guys have been saving your trophies for this. At least I think that is exactly what you're gonna need to do. I haven't actually looked at these cards yet, but we'll be going over them today and talking about each and every one of them. So the new highlighted card today is gonna be the Carson Beck card. He obviously is super expensive. And again, when I say expensive, like trophy-wise, he's 420 trophies, so pretty expensive of a card. But as far as the rest of these cards, we do see a Pat Bryant, Tyler Booker, as well as Trey White, and Nick Emmanwori, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. But those are the new cards today. Let's talk about all of them. Let's start with the most expensive one here, a Carson Beck Season 3 champion player. Now, to do this, I'm going to have to go to the item binder, I do believe, to the catalog, and look at each and every one of these new Season 3 cards that were added today. And I'm glad that they were added today because it felt like it took EA a long time to add these cards. I'm hoping Carson Beck's like the best quarterback in the game because otherwise it's going to be a little bit of a letdown. 85 speed, 91 throw power, accuracy-wise, fantastic. As far as his carrying, 60 carrying is crazy. Every time he gets hit, the dude is going to fumble. I don't know, man. And when I say I don't know, like he is a good free quarterback. But at the end of the day, when I'm looking at this card, I don't think he's like, by far and away the best quarterback in the game. And I don't even think he's better than even like a guy like Jameis Winston. And so for me, it just comes down to the fact that it's like, I think there are better options in the game. I just do. Even a guy like Jameis Winston, I think is going to be better. Now, I don't know if Carson Beck throws a tight spiral. I don't know exactly, a lot of the things about the card, but he looks fine. He looks like a fine quarterback that can compete. I just don't think the card's perfect. Let's look at the 89 overalls. Trey White, 85 speed, 90 acceleration. Block shed is not great at an 80. 91 finesse move. Yikes. I mean, that's all I can really say is yikes for the card. Now, again, I know card only has 80 trophies, but yikes for Trey White. I'm not going to sit here and hype up him as a card. Nick Emmanwori up next, 89 speed acceleration, 86 zone coverage, 85 hit power, 6'3". This is the first strong safety card that I'm like, okay, we got something with this card because he's good. Like, he's our first card that I'm like, okay, this card can play because if you look at the top strong safeties in the game right now, he's going to be up there. Obviously, when you look at the strong safety position, Amari Farrell is going to be better than the card. Jalen Stroman probably is slightly better. But outside of those two guys, if you play a lot of zone coverage, give me Nick Emmanwori over anybody else. And so for me, it's crazy, but I'm higher on him than nearly any other card that we talked about today. And so he's going to be a card I'll probably add to the squad. Pat Bryant from Illinois, 89 speed, solid catch, good route runner. Let's look at the juke move, not great, but he's 6'3" and a solid wide receiver. Remember, a lot of these cards are going to be for guys that don't, have all of the coins in the world. Pat Bryant can play. He's a fine wide receiver in this game. Is he, game-breaking good? No. And last but certainly not least, Tyler Booker, pass protector from Alabama. 88 strength, really good pass protector, not a great run blocker. He's a solid left guard, a plug-and-play option. But again, if you like to run the football a lot, he is not perfect. Those are your cards today. To be honest, I'm let down. And I'm not trying to sit up here in front of you guys and say, like, all of these cards are horrible. But to me, it is a letdown. Like, even, and again, I'm not hating on the Carson Beck card because he's fine. But when I look at Carson Beck and even compare him to a guy, let's say, like a Jameis Winston, I just don't think the card's as good. You're looking at a card with 85 speed, which 85 speed is not bad. I do want to go and say 85 speed's not bad, but it just comes down to that's not, in my opinion, the card I'm looking for. I mean, we have plenty of quarterbacks in the game, plenty of quarterbacks that I think, are an elite level. And Carson Beck throwing the football is not going to miss any throws whatsoever. But when you look at the quarterback position, guys, We've got so many good options. You've got RG3. You've got Lenora Sellers. You've got Cam Ward, Trevor Lawrence, Shadur Sanders, Jalen Moore. You've got all of these guys that have better speed than Carson Beck. Even Jameis Winston has better speed than Carson Beck. And so I'm eager to see what that throw accuracy stat is. If it's like a 90 and he is actually never going to miss throws, then maybe you run the card. But like I even mentioned to you guys, that 60 carrying stat worries me as well. Every time he gets hit, the card is going to fumble. So I just don't know about Carson Beck. And I know a lot of people are probably going to get that Carson Beck, and that's going to be your quarterback. And honestly, if you are no money spent and don't want to spend a bunch of coins on a quarterback, I get it. But when Jameis Winston is going to be 75,000 coins come Sunday, and I like him more than Carson Beck, I have a hard time spending my 500 trophies on a card like that. That's just my pure honest truth right now. And like I said, he's fine. Hopefully some of the rest of these quarterbacks do go down in price because of Carson Beck. Same thing like at the left guard position. Hopefully some of these cards do get cheaper with obviously the new free Tyler Booker that a lot of people are going to use. That's kind of what I would try to capitalize on, is how is the market going to react to people getting these new cards? And for me, the one guy that can help my squad out right now, and I've got a good squad, the one card that can help my squad out is the strong safety that came out today. That's the one guy that when I'm looking at the new cards today, I'm like, well, I don't love him. And maybe I'll just go and upgrade my Desmond Howard at this point, at this stage. But I do like the Nick Emmanwori. I think this card is the best card that came out today, which is crazy to say. And maybe even I go and get Landon Jackson, although I'm not a big fan of him. But it's crazy that Nick Emmanwori is the card that I'm like, yeah, this card is the card that I'm most excited to pick up. That's crazy that you would not think that's the case, because Carson Beck did come out today. And yes, as far as a pure pocket passer, he is going to be a good card. But this card is the card that I'm most excited about. And if I'm you guys that even have 100 trophies, this is the card I'm picking up. Good in zone coverage, great speed acceleration. He's 6'3". If you give him the Oregon team chemistry, which I'm going to do, he becomes even better. This is the card I'm looking at today and excited about. The rest of the cards, like, they're just overall not, to me, great. And again, I'm not trying to hate on it, but Carson Beck, to me, scares me with the carrying, with the fact that his speed, it's fine, but it's just not great. Those are the things that concern me. Now, for the sake of this video, I'll get Carson Beck, and you guys can see exactly what abilities he gets, all of those types of things. But I'm telling you, Nick Emmanwori is the card that I'm most excited about adding to the squad today. The rest of the cards, they're fine, but that's where I'm at today. I mean, I just don't know what else there really is to be said about it. Nick Emmanwori is the main attraction for today's cards. The rest of these cards, in my opinion, are very mid, very mediocre. Again, I'll get Carson Beck just for the sole fact, like, he's a 92 overall. We'll see what the card does. But I think he's a letdown. Like, do you guys agree or disagree? Like, is he a letdown to you guys? And I guess you can quick sell him for $315 if you don't like him and get the things back. But I guess to me, that's my big red flag with Carson Beck, because I just feel like the card's a letdown. Now, maybe if he gets like gold dot, I do want to see what he gets. He gets bronze dot, gold mobile resistance. I mean, as far as his abilities, they're not great either. And so, I don't know, guys. I really don't know about this Carson Beck. I know a lot of people might like this card, but when I'm looking at him, I don't think the card's perfect or anything. I really don't. And again, we'll see if he throws a tight spiral later, all those types of things. Maybe I'll use him and see what the card gets into, but I'm just not going to go as far as to saying this card's perfect, because he's not. To me, this trophy system is kind of a letdown this season. It was exciting. I'm glad that they brought something new into the game, but it's not super impactful. At least to me, that's what I'm looking at it. It's not super impactful. So for you guys, again, that's the last trophy players I think we're going to see all season long. If you want, go get Nick Emmanwori. I think he's the best main attraction today, you know, as far as everything else. He is an upgrade to me over a guy like LaMiles Brooks. By the slightest of margins, he is. He's taller. He plays just a little bit better overall, in my opinion. So I'm excited to use him, but again, as far as the rest of these cards, it's just kind of a letdown today. So let me know your thoughts on it, guys. Maybe you guys will be a big fan. I'm not surprised that they gave us a quarterback to supposedly hype up the community, and he's just not great. Now, again, if you are no money spent, he's good. Like, he's good. He's going to be better than a lot of those budget-ish options. I'm just talking about him compared to, you know, the Jameis Winstons, compared to, you know, the Robert Griffin IIIs. All of those types of guys is kind of what I've got my eye on. So for you guys, if you want him, go get him, try him out. Again, you can quick sell him for 315 trophies if you don't like him. Get most of them back and try elsewhere. I just don't see a lot of the trophy players being that good anyways. And so for me, It's not even like a risk you're taking. A lot of the trophy cards aren't good either. So let me know your thoughts on these trophy cards. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.